Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We mostly talk about Amazon KDP or Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing around here, which is the platform on Amazon that allows you to self-publish or to create books like planners or journals to make money on the Amazon platform. Today, one of my goals for 2022 is to make better covers on some of the journals and books that I personally create. And so I just wanted to share with you 6 quick design trends that I see for 2022. If you haven't been here before, my name is Kat Hills and I am a design and marketing consultant, and I don't exactly know where I live. Right now I'm in the South. We spend about half our time here and then about half our time in the Pacific Northwest. With the pandemic, my husband and I were both sort of approved indefinitely for remote work, and I guess it's safe to say that we're never going back. We have 3 kids and 1 cat. And about a year ago, I started my Amazon KDP journey just as an extra way to add some income to our family. And I have found some success in it, and I am having a lot of fun with it. So my journey here on YouTube is just sharing some of those successes with y'all. So thanks for being here today, and would love to connect with you in the comments or have you like or subscribe. So one thing I have been struggling with is my cover design. Over the last year or so, I feel like I spent a lot of time learning the ins and outs of KDP, which is a very important step in the journey. Learning your title fields, subtitles, your keywords, your descriptions. And then for me personally, I sort of make more almost medium content books. So it's less like lined journals and more like prompted journals or something where every interior page is a little bit different. So that takes a little bit more time. I definitely subscribe to the better quality of book over the quantity of just churning out books. That's sort of like my direction with KDP. But I do feel like one thing that kind of got lost over the last year is my cover design. I guess I was just exhausted by learning all those other things. And then I was just so excited to get those interiors up that sometimes my covers got the shaft because I would run out of time. And so I want to improve upon that in 2022. And one way that I have been doing that is to study some design trends up and coming. I definitely think that anything can be a trend. So if what you're doing is working for you, I guess maybe don't mess with it. But I did want to share for 2022 some trends. My goal is to just always keep creating new and different books. And so this is one way that I'm going to be doing that. So I selected 6 trends that I feel are kind of up and coming. I am a designer, and I also research this information through a variety of platforms like YouTube and Skillshare and Printful, which I will put links to all of those down below. And very quickly, I personally use Canva Pro. I get my dimensions directly from the Amazon KDP site and use Canva Pro to design my covers, as well as Creative Fabrica. That's where I get a lot of my art elements and fonts because they have a very generous licensing policy with using their art for commercial use. So just always remember when you're using art from the internet to check, or fonts to check the licensing. Okay, the first trend that I'm super excited about is the idea that nostalgia should be in all of our designs. So when I say that, I mean think like tie-dye or like that sort of like bleached sweatshirt look, even like more like psychedelic-y type things. I think design is trending a little bit more messier, the pandemic, everyone's home. So think about like you're comfy, you're wearing your tie-dye loungewear or your bleached out loungewear, you're getting comfy in your home. So everything seems to be getting just a little bit more, I don't, messier sounds like a bad word, but I mean it in a very positive way. So I've shown some examples here on how that might translate to a notebook cover. And these are just covers that I found online and am using as examples. So you can see I have sort of like a tie-dye look, sort of like a 90s smiley face checkered look. And then again, that sort of bleached out kind of look that I think is very fun. So another trend I kind of wanted to talk about is just this idea that maximalism is making a comeback, which is super exciting for cover designers because that means bolder, more colors, more patterns, even non-repeating patterns, which is super exciting. I found a couple of examples online that I think kind of make that point. Just sort of cover your whole space with patterns and minimal or smaller text. Again, I think this sort of like, I think it just sort of lets go of that perfect simplified look. I guess we're just getting a little bit less streamlined, and this is another example of how that is coming out in design. Another more specific thing that is trending is that pop art style that's kind of making a comeback. I found this, I think, on Zazzle maybe, but I really liked the colors. Again, big and bold, fun font. So I'm excited to add some sort of pop arty elements to some of my cover designs. Another fun thing that I think you could incorporate into some elements on a cover is this idea that optical illusions are kind of coming back, which sort of fits with that whole psychedelic nostalgia thing. It definitely makes me think of like those old posters you used to put up to your face and like stare at and then bring back and like something would pop out of it. I don't know, they were really popular in like the 90s probably. Anyway, optical illusions making a comeback. And again, translating to a cover, here's an example I found that I thought was kind of cool. This obviously doesn't have any text on it, but just a way to show you that you could just use it, you know, as an element as part of a bigger cover design. Next up is the return of Art Deco. So I also think that fits in with sort of like maximalism and all over patterns. And I really love this recipe book. I think I also found that on Zazzle as well. I didn't find a lot searching Amazon KDP for Art Deco, so maybe this is one to start with first. Who knows? But I thought this was a really fun cover and definitely very Art Deco-y. And so again, I think you could add like some elements of Art Deco to your patterns or your backgrounds on your covers instead of just a plain shade, adding just a little bit more pattern to help your covers stand out on KDP. And last, but certainly not least, and possibly most important for us as KDP designers, as we have to have titles on our covers, is that expressive typography and fonts are making a huge comeback, a comeback in a big way, and I am super pumped about it. I found this vibrant cover online last night, and I really love it, and I think it encompasses all of the things, like all of the trends all at once somehow. I went down a very long and large rabbit hole while I was making this video looking at fonts. Again, I like to use Creative Fabrica, and I also like to use Google Fonts. As a reminder, I know I said it earlier, but always check your licensing on your fonts to make sure that you have permission to use them for selling commercial products like Amazon, KDP books, and journals. Here are a few more examples of what I mean by expressive fonts. You can see they kind of all have little swirlies or little extras, and they're big and bold, and sometimes they can even be hard to read if you don't use them in the correct way. So they definitely take a little bit more time to play around with, but I think that the payoff is great because they really are going to make your cover titles stand out on Amazon, which is the goal, right? We want our books to stand out so that more people buy them. So to wrap it up, those are the 6 trends that I am most excited about and am planning on implementing with my KDP covers. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you're seeing that you're super excited about trying, or even if it's not necessarily a 2022 trend, just something that you are excited to do with one of your covers. Again, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your time watching my video, and I plan on making some more. And so join me and like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.